time of our 100th anniversary celebration of the Bethany Baptist Church, it's good for us to look back and remember how, as usual, God often uses small beginnings. As early as in 1883, there were a few Swedish Baptists who were living in Gardner, and they had been meeting in homes for Bible study and prayer. Visiting pastors would come and preach the Word of God to them. In 1891, during a meeting with a pastor from Worcester, it was decided that they would build a chapel. And on October 18, 1895, 26 members from this Worcester church organized the Pine Street Baptist Church. The first chapel had been built in 1892, and Frabor Engelberg had gathered a Sunday school, and preaching services were being held there. The work of the church progressed well, and God bless. Their membership grew. In less than 10 years after its organization, plans were made for the building of a new and larger church. Work on the building on Pine Street began in 1904, and it was completed in 1907. The Sunday school increased rapidly, and work in all areas expanded. It was decided, because the Swedish language was no longer being used, that the name of the church would be changed, and the long-standing name of the first Swedish Baptist church was changed to Pine Street Baptist Church. One of the groups ministering in the church during these early days was the ministry of the Pine Street Baptist Church Orchestra that could be seen and heard during the Sunday evening services. Ministering during the Sunday morning worship services was the Pine Street Baptist Church Choir, and at the time it was led by Fred Swedberg, and the organist was Florence Erickson. During the same period, they had a very active group of women called the Phalathea that met for fellowship, and this was later called the Priscilla Circle. See if there are any faces that are familiar to you there. When it was decided in 1967 that the Pine Street building was no longer large enough, a vote was taken to build a new church. The church was then able to buy a suitable tract of land on Ryan Street belonging to the Gustav Adamson family, and the name was changed at that time to Bethany Baptist Church. The groundbreaking ceremony was held in April of 1967, and the cornerstone laid in September of 1967. And today we are operating from this same place, and we are seeing God work in so many different ministries throughout the church.
Midsummer